My name is Canaan O'Connell. I am the driver for Jet Black Racing in the road race engineering prepped Mitsubishi Evo 7. I became interested in cars at a very, very young age. As a matter of fact, you can call my mom this day and find out my first word was actually car. Being that my dad is actually the winningest American in the 24 Hours of Le Mans is definitely incredibly inspirational and intimidating all at the same time, knowing that you've got some pretty big shoes to fill. So Jet Black Racing runs majorly over in Europe in the 24-hour series, but we're actually the only American entity that is Jet Black Racing running this time attack Mitsubishi Evo. Now, JemFX Motorsports are actually the overseers of the car itself. They're the ones who own the vehicle and have a lot more things in store now, some really cool cars. I decided I wanted to start racing, again, at a very young age. I would say about 7 years old, really started becoming interested in the sport. Started actually racing go-karts, around 8 years old, and then progressed from there. About last year is really when I got into an actual race car for the first time. Getting in a race car for the first time was a pretty incredible feeling. I had no idea that I was going to end up running the car until the previous day. Before I get into the race car, there's of course a lot of things going through your head. You've got mechanics who have a ton of people around you all the time, and which at first can be a little bit overwhelming. Obviously, a lot of butterflies. It's like a roller coaster. The hardest part about it is the waiting. And as soon as you get out on track, it was one of the most relaxing feelings I've ever had. Just being able to go out, myself in a car on a racetrack, it was really just it's a feeling you can't recreate. When I was younger and had never been in a race car before, you always kind of think that race car drivers love to be out of control and everything is just, 1,000 miles an hour and you're thinking and you're reacting, but it's actually not the case at all. That was actually one of the hardest parts, and me just being amped up than anything getting in the race car, and you find that you actually get a lot better results just being a lot calmer. I'll take some time and close my eyes, sort of have a moment to myself and realize that I'm doing, exactly what I hoped to be doing when I was a little kid, at 20 years old, which is pretty special. Well, to be honest, the race car I drive right now realistically is a dream car. The Mitsubishi Evo 7, we're pushing about 500 horsepower right now out of a 2-liter single turbo all-wheel drive car. So a ridiculously fun race car to drive. The only left-hand drive Mitsubishi Evo 7 I know, so I know the guys watching this video saying that's not a 7, that's an 8 because it's left-hand drive. It really is a 7. One of the only left-hand drive 7s in existence to my knowledge. Being an all-wheel drive car, we do have some advantages that other cars per se might not have. One of which being in the rain. Obviously an all-wheel drive car in the rain definitely has a leg up on the competition. Another cool thing about it is the fact that if you find yourself in a position where you have to counter steer the car, it's not like a rear-wheel drive car where you're countering for that snap when you come back. It's basically you go sideways and then you're immediately straight again. Definitely makes my job a lot easier. So obviously as a driver, you have to put a lot of trust in your crew. And with the Mitsubishi Evolution that we're running, there's really no better place to take your car than road race engineering. They are known all over the country for the work that they do specifically on this car. And it's funny, you'll actually look at cars you can buy, used, and they actually go for higher prices just because they've been tuned or worked on at road race engineering, which in my opinion says a lot.
I'm the owner of Road Race Engineering, and my name is Mike Welch. Road Race opened in 1994, and by 1996 we were specializing almost completely in Mitsubishis, which at the time was the Eclipse, and that's evolved into the Evo. The Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution came about as a homologated rally car for the World Rally Championship. Evo 5, Evo 6, Mitsubishi was really strong with rallying at that time. Tommy Mäkinen was king of the world, and that's when everybody first saw the Evo, fell in love with it, and even more so because you couldn't get it here. We first got Evos in the United States in 2003 with the Evolution 8. Being that it comes turbo all-wheel drive from the factory, It's just a really excellent platform to start the modifications. We're able to get into the factory computer. It's all open source tuning, just basic bolt-ons and a tune. You can add another 100 horsepower. For other cars, you can't do that. One of the more popular modifications right now is converting the car to run on E85. E85 is 85% ethanol, corn-based fuel, and 15% gasoline. VP race fuel Q16 is 15 bucks a gallon. E85 will give you the same performance increase for $3.50 a gallon. You get a little bit worse mileage, but you can buy it at the pump. For a turbo car, it's like rocket fuel. It's just crazy performance increase. On Evo 10, it's about 50 horsepower. On Evo 8.9, you can get up to 60, 70 horsepower just by converting to E85. I can't think of another car that give you the same level of handling, braking, and just power performance for the dollar. Just the value is just incredible for what you can do with the car for how little money you spend on it. This build on the Evo 7's been in process with JemFX and Jet Black for over a year. It has a 2.3 motor, a stroker motor that we built for it, a Garrett 35R turbo, and that's a car we're building with the goal of racing at Pikes Peak with Canaan O'Connell driving. I expect Canaan to do really good this weekend. He's been driving the car for about a year. He's been evolving as a driver. As the car's been getting faster, he's getting faster. We're stepping it up. Pikes Peak is in June. Between now and June, we're going to be running the car at various racetracks, various events. I expect the Evo 7 to run really good this weekend at Willow Springs. It's going to be raining, and that's a really good equalizer with all-wheel drive. We have some good rain tires from Hankook. It's good development for the car, for Canaan to drive in those conditions. At Pikes Peak, we can get a whole range of weather from snow to rain to 80-degree temperatures. This event we're going to with the Evo 7, we'll be racing with NASA Pro Racing. We could be up against, in our class, could be literally anything. We run in an open class where it's just run what you brung.
One of the cars that we're running against is 1,000 horsepower, so twice what we were running. And you know, we're within a second and a half of them, so that's a pretty cool feeling to run off half the cylinders and half the horsepower. Ended up in the day doing about a 132, and at the end we actually did a 127.4, so ended up winning unlimited, and you know, and even today have been shaving off time. So you know, with that dropping time, it's funny, it's not one of those deals where I just drive faster. You know, it definitely takes such a tremendous effort from the team. I mean, there's absolutely no way I can do what I do by myself. You know, I mean, the crew behind us are really the people that find the speed. They're the ones that, you know, do all the little things that end up shaving time with a time attack race car. I definitely think winning yesterday inspired a lot of confidence in us to you know, just show that what we're doing is a step in the right direction. We are using this Mitsubishi Time Attack Evo in preparation for the second oldest race in the Americas, Pikes Peak, which is an incredibly dangerous and demanding race. So it'll be pretty interesting to see where this car takes us in the future. It's only a couple months away, but there's a lot more work to be done. So a lot more testing is needed, a lot more laps, a lot more fuel burn.
With Mitsubishi discontinuing the Evo for 2015, people are asking us, oh my God, what are you going to do? You're an Evo shop. There's no more Evos that they'll be making to work on. In reality, the Evo that we all knew and loved ended in 2006 with the Evo 9. The earlier Evos had a very different character, personality, much lighter, go-kart handling, much better track car. Owning a race shop, running a performance shop, it's a lot of stress, a lot of hard work, a lot of late nights. It's just a different level of intensity, competition. That's what drives us. When we finally take a new build to the track for the first time, it's just a whole range of emotions, from the satisfaction, seeing it finally go, seeing it all together, to a little bit of nerve-wracking dread of how's it gonna run, how's it gonna perform. Especially during a race, the race is never short enough. As long as people are racing, we'll be building race cars.